Since there's Nokia today, reset has to be HTC, then reset is iPhone, then
Go back to minus. We're good to go. Where are minus? Go for it. Okay, how long have you known each other?
I'm just fed up.
Hey.
it's been a minute.
Okay, I'm old school. What is a minute?
I checked out.
You checked it out. Okay, all right.
Was when she was parked by the side of the road, the car was being funny.
By Total, yeah.
It was the Mercedes, of course. Yeah. You only stop for Mercedes.
Oh, that's how the best.
You don't stop for anything else, yeah?
The best. Ooh, and then I went and I parked in front of the Zumoko showroom in the beast with the rims. Yeah.
Or when your car was jacked up like that?
Did you put the rims?
Not yet. They're still on.
Oh, okay. Because same when?
Huh? They said when it was jacked up.
Okay.
Yeah, I went. When did I go? It was a Tuesday night.
Okay, cool. All right, you tell us about that. Yeah, you don't stop.
Tuesday.
Anyway, we're back and continuing our season where we're inviting guests to come over and come on board. Today, Vusa is ready. I think we need video because you're ready. Today, you're ready.
Ready for what?
I can see it. I don't know, but you're going to introduce our guest. And then...
No, she can introduce herself.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, wow. That is so nice. That is very welcoming, guys.
Okay.
Really?
We're going to invite Mox back here to introduce you. If you want. What's his voice like? Yeah!
No. It's not so rough. It's
Oh, there you go.
Oh, you don't like it rough?
It depends. You know what flow you said.
This one is going to be rated 100%. I can already see that.
Yeah.
Anyway, introduce yourself and tell us a bit about yourself. And you don't have to let everybody know exactly where you are, GPS and all that sort of stuff. We just want people to know the sort of person we're talking about. So, age, blah, blah,
Before
blah.
she introduces herself, she's one of those that threw out comments from season 1.
That's why we brought her.
Yeah, she was like, I want to be one of the guests.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
Like, okay,
So,
Yes,
so the last
definitely.
ones who did that and wanted to be here failed dismally, according
Oh
to
my
you.
gosh.
Yeah.
I hope they're not going to listen to this.
Oh,
Of course they will. Everybody listens to everything.
Sky's blue, water's wet. They'll listen.
Yeah.
Right. My name is Enzo. I am 33.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
First time that's been released, but
Well, it shouldn't be a secret, ain't it? Unless you know you don't look the part, but yeah.
so you feel you look the part.
I feel I look the part. You have to have your own confidence, isn't it?
Okay.
It's
All right.
gotta be a great record.
Yeah. So what do you do?
Well, I'm a creative. I'm an entrepreneur.
So you're a creative entrepreneur.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what sort of creative stuff do you do?
I'm into...
This is a selfish plug so people can like get stuff from you. So tell us what you do.
Well, I make scented candles.
Oh, nice. The romantic stuff.
The romantic stuff, setting the tone, you know how it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of Zimbabwean men know about that.
We should teach them, actually.
The women do.
Women do? You think
The
so?
women do. So,
Oh, the women
so we could
do.
try. So I think probably you have like what followers, men that actually. So they should learn. Actually, they should set the tone.
No, we
and
just fed up with them. But okay. Yeah. Scented candles. Anything else?
flowers,
Okay.
wooden slates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you kind of like set the tone for romance and love like that.
Yes, definitely.
So you believe in love?
Love is a beautiful thing with the right person.
That's a song. Who sang that song?
Love is a beautiful thing.
Michael Bolton.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think so what makes it beautiful though?
It's the expression of giving love, to show love to someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you in love? There's a pause, ladies and gentlemen.
There is a pause. I
mouth
think
is
it's
wide
time. We should have just put a video
Video.
right
That's
there,
what we should
right
do.
there.
Or, like right there. No.
No, you're not in love.
I am.
You are.
Yeah,
That's
I am.
nice.
I am.
It's wonderful.
Is your love celebrated?
Do you feel appreciated?
Do you feel acknowledged?
Is it reciprocated?
There we go. Are you inspired to do more?
Wow.
The most.
It's a 60-40.
In your favor, you give more.
Yeah.
You think that's fair?
No.
So why are you in love? If it's not fair.
Well, it's not all about getting it back, isn't it? Like I said, it's about giving. It's about giving. Love is giving. So if I'm
Okay.
able to give it, I'll give it. But if
Okay.
you don't give it back, then that's your own wahala.
So don't you get to a point where you're like, yo, man, enough of giving?
Oh, you
Yeah, you do.
Hey.
You do. And then, you know, the funny thing is when you get to that point, and then you're like, I'm done. And then the person like does the 70 and you're like doing the 30, you're like, what the?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they only reciprocate when you're leaving.
Yeah, like they feel the void, that gap.
Oh, they do the Janet Jackson thing. Got till it's gone.
Yes.
But that must suck. Why isn't it just always constant? Have you taught them to love you the way you want to be
You
loved?
can't teach someone to love you though.
Okay. You can't.
You can't.
You can't even grow to love.
You can grow to love, I guess, to some extent.
How did you know you were in love? Did it just happen spontaneously? Because this guy who is very much into this whole Hollywood stuff.
Bright works. But
Happily ever after. What?
No, happily ever after is a lie. Usually
that's
a
what
lie.
this man is, and that's what he believes in so
happily
much.
ever after is
He's got a
possible.
t-shirt with
every
a
time
heart on it right
every
now.
time you watch a movie and you're getting to happily ever after, the movie ends. You never see the after. You only see the happily then.
So you don't believe in that?
No, there's no happily ever after.
It exists.
So what is it? What happens?
Where does it exist? I've never seen it. Where does it exist?
But you're
It
in love,
exists
though.
when
I am in love. And you know what? It's not easy.
So,
Yeah, you have your good days, you have your bad days, isn't it? But it's not always.
but you still love.
Yes, but you still love.
Yeah, so it can exist.
It can exist, but it's not going to be happily ever. Or like
Yeah,
it's
but
gonna-
it can still exist. That's what I'm getting at. It can still exist.
Yeah, but not the Hollywood way.
Thank you.
Not the Hollywood
Yeah,
way.
life is a lot more black and white.
Yeah, there's no gray. I agree with you, but I don't understand why it's a whole pick on Vusa session today.
It's
Because you're wearing a t-shirt with a heart on it.
No,
yeah.
it's talking about spare parts. I love, and then there's the name of the spare part. I won't say it out loud.
what is that?
It's a spare part for the filters that I purchased for your car
Okay.
and yours. In fact, I'm actually fitting the stuff on yours.
On whose?
His.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, okay, now feigning ignorance. Even though the boxes are in your car, at your house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we're talking about growth in love. Look, you cannot grow in love because growing in love requires both of you to be on the same page, but it doesn't happen because one is already an adult and one is a toddler.
Exactly.
So you can't be expected. Like walking with a toddler in a supermarket.
Yeah.
You're
Because
dragging
your
them
focus is totally different.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you're both in the supermarket, but
Yeah.
somebody is clearly not there, so you can't grow. So you can't grow in love.
So it's wasting time.
Yeah, I think you're shortchanging yourself.
Yeah, shortchanging who?
Yourself.
Yeah, in caps,
Yeah.
bold,
Yeah.
italics even.
Exactly. Yeah, in red.
Ooh, yeah, you weren't ready for this, isn't it?
So you let go.
go away.
You let go, as in you
Yeah,
let
I
go
think,
of the person,
yeah, I
and
think,
then.
yeah,
Letting
life
go
is
is
too
also
short.
But then you see, the problem is half the time, not even half the time, like, yeah, half the time you meet someone that you love, and then they don't love you back as much, and then you have someone that loves you and you don't love them back.
Why don't you love them back?
They're not
got-
the type.
Yeah.
No,
That's what I want to get to.
No, it's not.
When you meet someone, what do you look
No,
for?
the fact that we've actually managed to exchange numbers and have a conversation means that
Yeah, but for you to give your number, what would have triggered it?
as a friend, like,
The
okay,
first as a friend.
yeah, like, okay, I can chat with this guy, like, we're on the same page, like, not personal emotionally, but, we can talk about cars, we can talk about the weather, we can talk about the
Yeah,
war
we're not
that's
talking
happening
about
right
cars,
now.
but you don't love me.
I know, that's the thing, exactly.
Yeah, so-
you're my homie, I love you as my homie, ain't
Yeah,
it?
so
Exactly.
what's the difference with some other?
But then it's different when then another cunt then tells me
Attraction. Let's say it. Just say it. It's attraction.
there's no attraction.
There's
Yeah,
no
there's no
attraction.
attraction.
Dololo.
Dololo, dang,
Somebody
it's not
asked me
there.
this question. Yeah,
you
somebody asked me
search
this
and
question.
search, but
Yeah, somebody asked me this question yesterday. Can a man and a woman be friends? And my answer was an emphatic no.
why?
And I said, Panaru love.
Eh?
So I thought 60-40.
Yeah.
Just read it. Pananga still love someone somewhere there.
Panagula, but they're
Yeah.
willing to accept the
I've said,
fact that we have to do
but I'll stay in that aura of that person and I'll just be around them.
That's it.
So that's my truth. I don't know if you tell me, because women always come to me, no, we can't be friends. No, so we also
Yeah, obviously then there's a form of attraction.
There's always a form of it.
There's a form of attraction,
Yeah.
but then you know that you can't work on it because basically maybe it's just a silly thing, that attracts you to a guy. So
like shoes.
yeah.
What is it with
Voice.
women in shoes?
Or voice. Or the lips. Or the eyes.
Okay, so that's your criteria when you.
No, I'm just saying.
No, look, this cannot be deleted. 50 years from now, people are going to search on this podcast.
You're gonna find it
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
I want to understand the phenomenon. What is it about the shoes? What is that?
I guess they not define, but they show how smart or clean or neat a guy is.
Are you looking at your shoes?
Yeah, I'm looking at my shoes.
Yeah. So I got khakis and I wear these all the time.
So what does that define him as?
Exactly.
But they're clean.
Oh, it's about cleanliness.
Yes, they're
Only.
clean.
That's
that's it.
I got white ones that I only wear once a month.
It's okay, but they're clean, ain't it?
They have to be because
Exactly.
they're white.
Thank you.
And then, so
but
it's looking at them
then you see, I get close to you and then I smell of. Then there's like this bad odor coming out of your feet. I'm like, oh, nigga.
Okay, so that's what men need to know about. They need to smell good.
They need to smell good.
So that the woman can come closer.
Smell attracts.
Okay, so the shoes have to be clean, showing that the person is clean. Mm-hmm. Okay, but
the
if you
nails,
pass that,
shoes and nails, you know.
so men shouldn't eat or bite their nails.
Well, we can't stop you from biting your nails, but at least they should be clean.
Okay. What about those guys with their little pinky nail? You know those guys.
Oh, that is disgusting.
Okay. All right.
Oh, so you know.
So first is friendship, whether we can vibe, whether there's a good vibe between us.
Yeah.
Then it's the shoes. Okay, and then it's the appearance, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a stat going out there that a woman can determine whether she's going to sleep with someone in the first 5 seconds. So you'd have grabbed all of that first, then decided. Because I think even friendship is determined by
all of
whether you're attracted to that person or not. Like he said there's a certain level of attraction that must be there anyway.
Okay.
So that's what it is, yeah. Because you're not going to just talk to just any random person.
So you said, the first 5 seconds.
Yes.
You'll know whether you will.
Yeah.
Okay, does it happen to guys as well? How long does it take a guy to know?
No.
Shucks.
Because you know what we look at is different.
Okay, what attracts you to a woman?
She's pointing at Chris right now. That's why she's asking.
I'm pointing at Chris. Yes,
Yeah.
Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, she has to be attractive.
What is attractive?
What's your definition of attractive?
So I like natural hair. I think it for me determines that person is down to earth, is not superficial.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't look at shoes.
Okay.
Natural, not relaxed, no, none of that.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. You know, my daughters have got long natural hair. Yeah. And clean, yeah. They have to be clean. We all know that we can have bad skin, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least she's working and she's dressed. And the thing about it is, if she's dressed for her body, I can't stand somebody who, you know, when they sit down, they have to pull the skirts down. I don't understand that. I'm fed up with that sort of stuff. Because so when you were sitting down at home before you got out into the world, you didn't know that was going to
at home. I was comfortable, guy.
Because
I don't know. I don't
because
do that, but I think they were comfortable.
And then you're like, I'm going out now.
Yes.
I'm still not going to take it off.
Confidence is there. Huh?
The skirt is going to ride up anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go out now.
Yeah. But then you see, because you men drive these women to do these things.
What?
Yeah, because you know what? To be fair, I think most women think to wear short dresses, short skirts to show their ass, to show
it's already out there.
Their boobs or whatever is gonna attract a guy. That's what attracts men to women.
Wow.
Yeah, and then when you ask most women, they'll tell you when you people wonder why women bleach. It's because they think lighter women attract men more. Lighter women get attention.
I'm glad you brought that up because I've got a totally different thing I heard.
Okay.
Women dress for other women. Why? It's a competition to find the best mate out in the world. So you got to outdo your competition right next to you.
If a woman dresses to compete, it's because she knows that her man has another chick, so she's basically competing with that chick.
Every woman who wakes up.
Why would I compete with another girl?
Exactly. So when you go and buy clothes and all that stuff, who's giving you the guideline of what to buy?
Just a disclosure there, tonight is Fed Up with Chris and Enzo.
Oh,
with a little subtitle from Vusa every once in a while.
No, we're coming to you, Vusa. Just now.
Nah, not yet.
Vusa kicks in after 40 minutes.
After 40 minutes?
40 minutes he kicks in. You can't stop him after that.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
So I've always seen that, and that's what I've always seen with women. And I bring that up because women are very competitive. Even in the animal kingdom, women, that's all it is. They want to find the best mate so they can and by mate I mean the man. In this case, I think we all know what country we're in. A man in this case, so that they can procreate. That is the bottom line. All this stuff that everybody brings in, slay queens, all that jazz. The bottom line is women are looking to procreate and find security. And being security in this is being able to be taken care of, and you are not worrying about your brood that you're going to have. Procreation is the number one aim that a woman wants to do. So even the CEO that you find out there, and then the lady who's sweeping next door, same mentality, same thought process, exactly. What we then do is we then dress it up. Now it looks like a Honda. Now it looks like a Mercedes-Benz. Now it looks like a Subaru with different attributes, but the aim is the same. I'm getting here to there. That's it. Women dress for other women.
Now
You
then
will
I
see
need
an
to go see
outfit
my
and like-
doctor because I need to have him check me out. There's something definitely wrong with me.
Oh, okay.
Because it's the last thing I think of.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
Right. That's interesting.
outfits that you have, who
Yeah.
gave you, what made you buy the outfits that you have? Yeah, like what you're wearing now. Yeah.
Myself.
Okay. What is from what? Just you saw it somewhere?
No.
Okay, but you show it. Someone presented and said this looks good. Why
No,
don't you try
because
this?
basically I just love tights. I've loved tights like literally all my life. Even when I was young, I used to wear tights. So I think
So you don't wear a dress?
ah,
She just went going
Remember
to
the
to
last
church,
time
going
it
to a
snowed?
funeral.
yes.
You remember the last time it snowed?
Yes.
Remember the first time it snowed in your lifetime?
Yes.
You do. Remember those 2 or 3 occasions?
Yes.
Yeah. That's how often she wears.
Yeah.
Why don't you like to wear a dress?
She likes tights. Bruh, aren't you listening?
Tights.
Yeah, I know she likes tights.
Yeah.
Why don't you like dresses?
I don't know. I just don't feel
Do
comfortable.
you have a dress?
For church, yeah. For church.
For
yeah.
church. You got a
Yes.
dress for church. So this guy that you love decides to take you to dinner, you come in tights.
No.
So-
I'll wear a jumpsuit.
A job?
No.
Mox, I'm sorry, she doesn't wear dresses.
No.
I'm not gonna make it easy.
But how come there's some that do make it so easy?
I'm not desperate.
Low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Sure.
And damaged.
Yeah, those damaged ones are crazy ones.
Very crazy. Damaged ones are crazy.
Okay. But
Yeah.
I think everybody's damaged in Zimbabwe though.
Everybody is
Everyone
to a certain
is-
extent. But then
yeah.
how then do you differentiate the ones that are not damaged, the ones that are?
No, it depends what.
Response.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Response.
First response. The biggest problem we do is we go with our own perceived notions of what this person is like.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Like I said last time, tununyeperana.
Yeah, we
It's the
do.
first thing we do. We lie. We lie. And we lie about how everything is so cool, it's so great. So that
Until
you
the
lure them
bouncer
like,
is the fan.
exactly. Or the fly is caught in the web. Now
Oh,
you can't
that's
go
it.
anywhere, so I'm going to wrap you up and I'm going to suck yourself out of it, simply out of it. So that's the premise of it all. Aaron, that was an introduction. Now people kind of know your thought process and how you think. We wanted to get that out there.
Okay.
A bit more relaxed now.
All right.
Well, not so totally relaxed, but almost. She's crossed her legs and she's not totally comfortable yet.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I am comfy.
Oh,
Okay.
I am very comfy.
All right.
Yeah.
So when we invited you, you had a couple questions, and I think they're pretty burning because I think a lot of women your age group have got these sort of similar sort of questions because you are just after your crazy 20s, and now you're in what do they call 30s?
I have no idea.
Dirty 30s, and so before you go into your
I'll just
settling
let
40s.
you go with that.
Oh,
Well,
really?
No, I'm saying let Chris go. Then when you said dirty 30s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, what you saying already?
No, it's all right. No, it's okay. You're kicking after 40 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, no,
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
So
I'm waiting.
I want you to shoot with a couple of questions because I think you wanted to find out from a male's perspective on a couple of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do men cheat and lie? Vusa, you want?
You want
Are you
to chime in?
joking?
You want to chime in?
No, I almost choked. I was.
Oh, okay. You want help?
Okay.
Okay.
So
Chris can answer that.
yeah, so I think there are two ways you can look at that. Why do men cheat?
Yeah.
And you said why do men cheat
Yeah, and lie.
and lie?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll answer the second one first. I said it before, just before we started this, is that men have got to lie to lure you in. The women are looking for security and prosperity, so they've got to lie. They've got to pave this whole image about what could happen if you're with me
To make you pay attention.
and to stay.
Okay.
Yeah, and to stay. So that's the first thing. That's why men lie.
Okay.
Why they cheat? It depends again. They could be driven to it, and they could be just that way because of trauma or something that's happened to them. And I meant it not to try and make it softer. Let me explain that. We get into certain situations, and we think we're happy,
Yeah.
and then because society, that ugly beast again,
Oh, I tell you.
can't move you in a certain way, you are presented with situations which, if you are really prescribing to the doctrine of marriage, you shouldn't step out. You shouldn't, because you prescribe to it. Wangena wanyora pasi wakavunzwa.
Yes.
Wakati I do.
I do.
So you
Hapana kama
shouldn't.
manihita.
Nobody forced you at that
Wakati
point.
wakavunzwa,
Well,
yeah.
I don't know. Some people have been forced to get to that point, and you asked and you didn't. Society frowns upon divorce. It's really harsh on that situation when somebody wants to get out of it. everybody around them says, no, stay, it's good, you can make this work.
Shinga.
You know what I mean? Stay for ABC.
For the kids.
That sort of scenarios. What we don't acknowledge is that people can make a mistake. I made a mistake. I thought this was cool. I thought this was real. I didn't do enough due diligence on us to say I was going to sustain into this. Don't force me to stay. People don't say that. What they then do is they seek a high. They could be with somebody that at the end of it are not supposed to be with that person. And instead of settling and being in that situation, they look for the high. So they won't leave, but they'll look for the high. And the high is only good enough like any drug. It gets you to a certain point, but then you come back home. What they should do is actually just cut it off and leave. And go and find that other person. But none of us are brave enough to do that. One. Two, the other ones are, some are born with an insatiable desire to conquer as many people as they can, purely because of some trauma, or that's what they grew up seeing. There's a lot of guys we know, probably age group or just younger than us, whose fathers prescribed to polygamy.
Okay.
Now, polygamy in our culture, and what black, for those who don't know, was not frowned upon. It was celebrated. Yeah, polygamy was celebrated.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing about it,
it's a sign of affluence.
Yeah,
Really?
I can take care of someone, yes, and I want to spread it. If you are someone who's successful, you got the biggest herd, you got the best crops, you're a master farmer. We want that gene line to continue. And instead of having one woman, you'd have more. So you can have
But you
more
see,
kids.
they'll ask for consent from the first wife, isn't it?
Well, see, that's the problem. What that exactly there is that what's happened now is that there's a disconnect.
Yes.
A lot of people now perceive it as evil purely because they don't understand where it came from and what was the protocol. It's like Rora. All of a sudden, that lobola thing is seen as evil, but it's a sign of appreciation.
That's it.
And a father, if my daughter's going to get married, I want to know you can take care of it because I'll bleed for my daughter.
Yeah.
Will you? Or you're just like, happy days, she's in tights, let's go.
That's it.
You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that I'm going to be able to take care of her and everything else. So that's what that is. It's an appreciation. I've taken and I want to replenish your corral and make that. I think it was the most powerful thing. And you know what? The traditional marriage, to me, has got stronger lines and values
Then
the signing
oh
of the
my God, just go to the court, hire a dress, and that's it.
signing
And it's the,
notices,
you know, when you're splitting, when you're traditional, they'll say, call everybody whom you assembled in the first place. Right here. White wedding, hey, I'm going to meet a lawyer, you're going to meet a lawyer,
that's
let's divorce, that's it. And it doesn't have that strength. And that, to me, that disconnect from that to where we are now is what's killing us, totally. We think that we are woke, and we are forward looking, and yet traditional is solid. And it will continue and will give you what the answers you're looking for. Every question you have, it will solve it. You know, that's why they make you sit down in a diary and they say things like, hey, are you sure about what you're doing? Because once you do this,
you're like, yes.
Yeah, they'll ask you, but they'll ask you and say, maybe you're just pissed off. Maybe you're having a bad year. Maybe she just burnt your favorite shirt and you're just like finicky. And that's where elders come into play because they've been through that. But we don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So even the part where people are cheating, they ask the boy, Washai, what haven't you found? And they'll ask the lady, are you giving him enough of the bonde stuff? Is there enough sex in you? They'll ask you that. Is there enough sex? No, there isn't. First problem. That's
number one.
That's the one they'll address because if you're lacking intimacy,
Everything falls apart.
Everything falls apart.
But here's the deal. Sometimes the intimacy is not necessarily sexual.
Yeah,
that's what I meant. But that's intimacy.
I just want to throw it out there.
Oh, okay.
It has to do with the ability to feel safe and being vulnerable to someone. And once that is robbed, you're wasting time. Because when somebody fails to feel safe in an environment, everything that they do
is guarded.
And no matter what you do or say,
it won't change.
Hence the fourth ship that appears that we discussed in season 1, and you sail, or the other co-pilot gets in and you drive off.
And then other parts, some men are just dogs.
Yeah, there we go.
They like to chase.
Thank you.
Yeah, they like to chase. They have got an insatiable desire to conquer. So if a grown man will be able to curtail that and bring it down, because there's greater things to do in life, but some will tell you point blank, I just need to have many more girls. That's an immature person.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you can't control yourself, you can't control anything out there.
Can we also ask, why is it women also have a propensity to cheat?
And why is it rife now?
Yeah, And why is it much easier now? How do you balance it?
They're evil.
Yeah, exactly. Evil.
We are evil.
Yeah.
Evil.
How do you balance it?
Eve.
Evil.
Wow. I think it's boredom, really.
What?
I think, like I said, I think it's boredom.
Sorry, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Sure.
Bored with what? With the person they're with.
Exactly.
So let him go. Let him go.
Let him go. Let him
But you
know.
see, the problem, it depends what kind of woman you get. That's the thing. Because you can get a woman that's going to have a guy for each and every function in her life.
Didn't I say that in the last podcast? Didn't I say that? And those girls were like, never.
So
Actually, you did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then she said, all of those guys have been condensed into my husband. That's what
no,
she said.
that's a lie. That's a lie.
We wish they were here.
That's a lie. They have guys for everything. So it,
There's airtime guy.
there's airtime guy, there's transport guy, there's food guy, there's medical guy, there's road trip guy.
Then there's a guy I love.
Then there's a guy I love. But you see, the problem is probably I have a guy that I love, but the guy doesn't have enough airtime.
Road time.
Yeah, road time.
Food.
Probably doesn't have a car,
Can't pay rent.
Exactly. He can't buy me groceries and whatever.
So you're not satisfied with the one person. That's what
they're not satisfied with the one person.
So why can't they be satisfied with the one person?
Because it's lacking all of these other things. That's when, you see, the problem is when you get a woman that's not independent, when you get someone that's always dependent on someone, and you can't fulfill all their wants and needs, they're going to look for someone who's going to cover up your gaps.
Yo.
But always keep you.
Sure.
Yeah, and there's one guy for sex, because there's one guy that's just going to hit the spot like right there. So.
Yeah, but that's the guy you love.
Well, it depends.
Sex with women is an emotional connection.
It depends. There are women who just have sex with anyone without any emotional
A woman
connection.
told me that's not possible.
Oh, really?
With no emotion. She says there's always going to be that one person that she connects with.
There's always that one person that you connect with that's going to turn you on just by looking at them or just by holding
So
their
isn't
hand.
that the person that you love?
That could be the person you love, but then there's another guy that the person you love might not hit the spot, but because you have this emotional connection with them, it's going to work. But then you have this guy that's just going to really hit the spot and you're like, okay, I had sex with my dude, but hey, I still feel like I need some.
Okay, for me, I think that's I think it's fake and it's wrong.
It's not fake. There are women that do that.
Can I say this?
Okay.
Okay. I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. I'll tell you why.
Why?
Sex is a mental game. So that person who you think is hot he's pitched himself that way. And you already, because you say to yourself that we put them in a certain box.
Yeah.
By the way they present themselves.
Yeah.
And they come through. Mm-hmm. Women, when they see their stars, people that they're crazy about, already you got like butterflies and your temperature is rising and everything else. That person's put in a box that is sexy already. So it's easy for me to go out there and say I'm going to procreate with that sort of person. But that to you means nothing.
Yeah.
A lady said to me that you can't be with someone for 2, 3, 4 times intimately, sexually, and not have a connection. So in preparation, this I asked 10 women about this. Different age groups. So
then these women probably have emotional connections with all these men then, because you're thinking this guy's gonna buy. That's another topic in my soul time.
All right, yes. Let's finish this one.
We're talking about this one because obviously, if I'm going to have a guy who's going to pay rent for me spend like $200 on rent for me at my apartment, and say I'm not going to sleep with him, that's a lie.
Obviously, it's gonna
work. That is not even a relationship now. That is work.
Yeah, that's transactional.
Yes, that's transactional. I'm not different than a girl that's going to stand along. Chinamano, whatever.
Just got a better rate.
I've just got a better rate. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You get it? Yeah. So for you to say that for me to sleep with someone I need to have an emotional attachment, no. It depends who you are and what you're playing at.
Okay, so, but we can
what
agree.
You're playing at.
Yes. Exactly what you're playing
so
at.
It's all a game.
It's all a game. It's all a game.
And
it depends.
guys are just pawns.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That will answer your previous question then. Why men cheat? They feel like they're just pawns. Yeah. And they're being used.
No, that's what I wanted to understand. Is it the same concept? Is it the same mentality behind this? But then, not everyone is like that. So for me, it's.
Saka munhu akwara manje uyu ndouyu asina mari asina mota
asina cheap because ane love ka genuine love
ane level yake munhu ane level yake
munhu wese ane level yake but akwara uyu ndiye mufesi uyu asina zvimwe zvesu
because ndiye ari kunzirwa vamwe vanhu
Yes.
Yeah, you get it. So the reason why I asked that question was,
But there are warning signs. You can see this stuff.
Dude, Harare has players you can't even catch. They'll cheat on you with the same guy in the same room. You won't even know the difference.
But that's just it. You do. I think what we do, and people always say that love is blind, whatever
Choose
it is.
to ignore.
It chooses to ignore. You want to play in the same pool as everybody else.
As
That's
everyone
it.
else.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm gonna
Yes,
be the
I'm the
shark
one
in
who's
this.
going to save her. That sort of scenario.
Yeah, but you can't.
You're not a superhero.
You can't.
Yeah, you got no ears on your chest.
The
You
reason
just got a
why I
heart.
asked why men cheat and lie was because, yes, there are women that are out to play and cheat and whatever. But then you find a genuine person, you get it, that is trying to build something with you. And instead of stringing them along with someone else, why not just tell them you don't want to be with them? So
Vice versa.
Exactly, but this is what I'm saying. Even women should do the same.
Yeah,
I'm not defending women.
What happens then? Why can't you?
Well, I've never done
I
that.
can try and answer that.
No,
Okay.
I'm just throwing. I'm not saying you.
Okay.
Yeah, she's out there. The biggest problem we have now, and I was saying this to a friend of mine, is that there's just way too much information. So we make a lot of comparisons to a lot of things. Have you ever seen that if you don't know,
Nothing's going
happy.
to hurt you. Yes.
Oh, ignorance is bliss.
that statement is
Yes.
number one. Somebody said to me, "We our mothers when they were mushani, were they like this?" And I said, they didn't know.
They didn't
They know
have
about
data.
French
They didn't have
letters.
Instagram.
No.
They didn't have Twitter.
Dude,
they didn't
the
have
6 years
anything.
dude was the husband.
Yeah.
When he came back from the field, sweating everything
And
else,
smelly,
massive
you're like,
smelly.
oh, just
But it was
give
like,
him a hug.
ba yeah, yeah, shawa karab. That was the 6 years dude in the village for her. But now we are getting compared to Denzel. I didn't know Denzel. He doesn't know me. But Denzel got found out when he comes to me and says, how's it going? I'm torn, I'm compared.
My nigga.
Yeah, exactly. My nigga. Once he just goes that way. And it's the same with women. Now it will be like, there's Megan the Stallion. Have you seen what she does? Her back doesn't break. That's what her knees are impossible.
Yeah.
And someone is now compared to all of that.
Oh,
I think
superficial comparisons.
it's the killer. And someone will come up with, he's got a better voice. He's got a better car. He smells better. He's got more money. And that's why I say those people.
Oh,
who go
his
out-
car is central locking.
Exactly. It's got turbo. That's the problem. So it falls on the individual to close your eyes.
Okay.
To close your eyes. That's for men who cheat is because they want to open their eyes. Yes, there's always going to be a chick with a better body than the woman you're with.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do that, you never stop. How many of those are you going to chase? You're going to chase them forever. That's the thing. We now lack contentment, I think.
Lack
of
contentment.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
lack of contentment.
And what happens
Yeah.
once you get through that? Once you fall into that lack of contentment, you get into a place where you then promote lack of attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because now you're just chasing the next one.
Jairi.
Exactly. So you hop in and you're like, now I want that one. Did you see that one? You're asking now, but I mean, you've seen a man at a public drinking place, whatever it might be. She will just pass by wearing something.
And that's it.
That's it. Now he wants one body part. He's made an assumption about the whole
It was
person.
the whole person.
Yeah.
Then he goes home with her. Then he realizes, okay, she can't hold a conversation. Or she doesn't cook like her mom.
Yeah.
Men, what they look for is their mom. That's what men look for. And as soon as somebody comes up and says, no, I'm just the first woman you fall in love with as a guy is your mom.
Okay, so
your mom, if she did certain things, that's what you're going to use as your base. If you change it and you upscale it and you do whatever it is, you're going to do that. When they get into a problem is when they start saying, now I've got to compensate for it. Like I was speaking to some lady in her 30s as well.
Okay.
She says she met some dudes and she was talking. Then she says, I don't iron. I don't wash clothes. And this guy goes, oh, so what do you do? She goes, I'm meager. I also work and I do A, B, C, and D. There's a total disconnect there.
already, yeah.
He's seen
Yeah.
his mom. That's what he wants.
Yeah,
But she just has to be light-skinned and fly like the way this chick was, as opposed to what
The
he'll
mom.
probably get.
Yeah.
And she-
Wow. Yeah.
And she asked me, so what do I do? And I said, well, if you got your values, you got to find somebody who's got the same
The
values. as
same
you.
values as you.
That's the problem. Like men cheat. Asanga nemuna asina values akafana yake. They're different. She's lazy,
Papa, you
she's
see, marry or date a girl that's like their mom.
No, and it's subconscious. It's not like you
subconscious. It's not like you're going out
not.
and you're comparing, but there's certain things that now.
Because there's certain traits that you'd probably know about their mom that they don't like, and you're thinking,
No. It's one of those. There's certain things for me now, or let me not say for me now. For my kids, base model, base expectation of their first car, base expectation.
Is
It must ride and must drive like mine.
Exactly.
That's it. That's their base expectation of a car. If they cannot afford to buy a Mercedes and they get a Toyota or something, but it must be reminiscent of their first.
That's the baseline.
Of their baseline. It must be. It must have the comfort. It must have the radio.
Yeah.
There must be something that hints of their first attachment to a vehicle.
Your daughter is looking at you as the baseline.
That's it. So if I mess up.
Yeah.
So if I look at if I took and put my dad as the baseline of every guy that I'm gonna meet, I'm not gonna date nobody.
No, you will.
You will.
The problem is that you're using the wrong eyes to look at something.
Yeah. You change the perspective, you change the narrative.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're not looking for a copy and paste.
No.
You're looking for certain attributes. Like I said, they may not buy a Mercedes.
Yeah.
It'd be fantastic if his first car is a Mercedes. But even if it's a Toyota Mark II, the seats. You know, I'm just saying, you know, the seats, the comfort, the sound system. For most, it'd be the sound. I remember the sound was like my dad's car. You know, those kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then they build up from there.
Yeah.
But there has to be, there's something reminiscent. It's not going to be the nasty stuff.
No.
It'll be the good stuff. The nasty stuff will rear its ugly head later when they begin to fail to react to certain emotional stimuli. But there's always a base. Always a base.
I say that to my daughter, and she's 11. And she was saying, you know, like boys are all around him. Said, if he comes in here, I'll shoot him. She said, but dad, what are we going to do about dating it? You know who you're going to marry? Like, yeah, who? Like me. She fell off. Never. He's got to be taller than me. His voice must be deeper than mine. He must be funnier than I am. And he must look better than me. She says, never. I'm your benchmark.
Because your first place of security is your dad.
Is your dad. No one. If you had a problem right now and your dad was around and you called him, what would you do? You drop everything and come and rescue you. That becomes your benchmark.
When you were a kid and a toddler and you're jumping off a chair, your mom said, jump. No, your dad, jump. Go. Jump. So that's the kind of thing that you look for. And I remember listening to Miles Monroe, Dr. Miles the late.
Yeah.
He said, I need to shake something here. Men, and the women are there. Your spouse is not looking for a lover. He's not looking for a friend. They're looking for a father. And then everybody just goes, no, relax. I'm not talking about
that's
going
so
crazy like
Yeah.
that. But they're looking for that place where it's their first port of call in terms of security. Because with your dad, did you ever ask your dad, can I have a sweet? No. You just look at it and you see you looking. And all of a sudden you just see the sweet tomorrow.
Yeah.
School trip. It was dad.
I remember a friend of mine, her dad passed while she was in her 30s, and they were cleaning out his bedside. Opened, final demand, late payment, red. You know those red envelopes coming through and the red letters coming through. And he says, but all the time I grew up, she went all the way to university. I never saw that. I never saw a letter whatsoever. And that, when she was now narrating about her own marriage, was, I see them with this guy. But my dad always kept me safe. Like you're saying right now, is that I don't exactly. So you wonder why women act in a certain ways, because all of a sudden you're exhibiting things that her dad never showed. My kids say to their mom one day, the mom said, this is broken. Casually, 7 years old, leave it, dad will fix it. He knows how to fix anything. That's in their psyche. So if she meets a dude who can't fix stuff, like your daughter, meeting a guy who can't fix a car,
it's gonna be
basics of a car, to know that I know the carburetor is short or the fuse is gone, she ain't staying with that guy.
Or how to open a bonnet.
Exactly. They don't even know, that all these gadgets. The car is dead. Let me call towing. Towing. Your daughter will say that. Open the boot. I want to see what's going on in there.
It happened. It happened.
Exactly.
Primary school. Some guy came to pick up some child, and he was with this chick, was rolling his Mercedes, and then the thing refused to start. He tried. Then she went and said, "Can you open your bonnet?" And he opened it, and then she saw there was a connection that was loose. That popped out. So she pushed it back in, and she goes, "Try it."
And started.
And it started. Her friends just went punk. The guy now couldn't even say thank you.
Thank you, because he's embarrassed.
This is a grade 5.
Like 9, 10.
Yeah, who's just
aware
of what's going on.
Yeah.
And same thing with guys. There's certain attributes that we want to feel safe in. It's not necessarily about ironing or cooking, but can he depend on you in that form?
Yeah, that's a good line. Can he depend on you?
Can he depend? Because once there's no dependability, you're shot. And then when you guys start playing your games, yeah, you present as though you can be dependable. And
what
then
games?
when the bronze, those games that are making you look to the ceiling, you know, and those games, and then you present you, no, I can do it. And when the brown stuff is the fan, you are the first ones to duck out. Anyway, next question.
Wow, really?
Told
Okay.
you 45 minutes.
45 minutes, now he's kicked in.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. And then my next question was going to be...
Shoot, it's okay. It's an adult
Go
show.
for it. It's an adult show. Really?
You know, like, why is it that sex is better? Sex is nicer elsewhere? Then...
That's easy.
Okay.
It's forbidden. Forbidden stuff is delicious.
It is always
Speed
the
limit.
car that is not yours that is easier to accelerate and drive wild. Because
But why
you're
can't
not
you
gonna
bring
pay
what
the
you're
fuel.
lacking there into
See, that's the big question now. That's the big question now.
Why is it so hard?
Why
It's
is
not.
what?
We just don't want.
Why is it so hard?
We don't want. It's an effort thing, isn't it? I don't want. Because if you have to ask that guy, they don't want. Have you ever, like somebody else said to me that, have you ever compared when you're chasing a woman and then you got her?
Yeah.
The difference in the effort. That's there. The difference in the effort. And when the woman wants to make sure that you stay, the effort, and then when she's got you, when she's got the ring and everything else, there's the difference.
There's a huge difference.
You know what's the word? You know what's the word?
What?
Genuine. Oh, settle.
We settle.
And we don't.
So the problem is settling. We should continue
You
chasing.
didn't finish. We settle down. We just don't settle. We settle down.
Oh, we settle down.
When they call and say, hey, you need to settle down. Why did you even bring that up? It's almost like it's forbidden to be on that high consistently. You must settle down. Don't do that.
You know, because it's weird. I've never been married, but I've got friends that are married. And then you find that...
If you just put that out there, we'll leave a digits in the, comments.
But anyway.
Look in the comments below. Or like what they did, check the pop-up.
You find that when you're still dating, you're still getting to know each other, you know, you're going out, you're doing all these things together. What changes? So what changes because you settle down when you get married?
Yeah.
You stop going on those dates, you stop doing all those things.
Yes.
Why? You're still the same two people, isn't it? So what has changed?
So some say life happens.
What life?
Bills, kids. I can give an example that some people come back home and you got 3 kids and they got homework. Then you got to go through the homework, you got supper to happen, then after that you're like tired.
You're tired, you're bust, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's like a Monday to a Friday routine,
Yes,
isn't it?
exactly.
But you got the Saturday and the Sunday. You've got a grandmother, you've got a nanny, you've got a daycare. You can take them somewhere and then just have one weekend a month just to be spontaneous.
Yeah, but people don't like to be...
But then the problem, you say you have one weekend
No,
a month.
because
You're
then
already
you can't...
planning that weekend, you're planning to be spontaneous.
No, you don't plan it, but then you can just rock up and say, hey, yo, this weekend we're doing this. Or when... Yeah, it doesn't have to be like every third weekend or every... Just rotate the weekend.
You know, that's very true. It's very right. But it's almost impossible to activate because like what Chris said, you're doing life. So when you come through and say, yo, we're doing this, I can say, yeah, but I need to do that.
But you're the same person who's going to go out and do it with someone else.
Because that someone else now has presented an ability to be free when I am.
It's about effort.
So it's all about effort.
Yeah.
So why can't you both put in the effort?
That's the biggest problem. That's the biggest problem.
$1 million question.
Because
to be
or not to be. And you know what? It's always usually one person who's putting the effort in. It's like somebody forgot. And somebody gave me a great theory. Don't get married. Have your life partner. Don't get married. Always live on the edge that you could lose this person every single moment.
That's where the dramas is. That's where.
But you see, African culture now does not allow you to do that, isn't it?
You know?
Really?
Really? No, because you know what? You can't just go and say, I'm going to have this chick. You can't live in the same house. Yeah.
Cooking pots.
Yeah, cooking pots. You can't do that.
You just pay damage.
Because I'm at but immediately upon inside damage is admitting that she exactly size as good as my teshi.
I'm going to come back in a couple of years and pay more damage.
That's it. The situation arises.
It's the definition of marriage that's killing people.
Yeah, because what I remember mentioning it to these guys. I was doing their dance routines, and I said, you know, the problem is when you become. Right now, you're this guy's chick. and everything's just fantastic. But what happens when you get the ring on and you're in his house? You stop being his chick.
Exactly.
Why?
You're now becoming the wife. And let me say it on behalf of most guys,
who are fed up.
What happens is when we do get married, we come back from the honeymoon, and then first week of work, you do the thing, you're always excited to get home because I got my honey. It keeps going on until she drops the ball and she stops being your honey. She starts becoming a wife.
Settles down.
There we go. She settles down. Everything is just depreciated in terms of emotional value. She's no longer giving you value addition. You know that VAT? There's no VAT anymore. It's just
value
like
subtraction.
Exactly. It's just like, and then now wearing
dukes and long t-shirts and dropping
to bed
until 12
tights to bed.
You're no longer showering together or bathing together.
You don't shave.
You don't walk together anymore. It's like
because the relationship is work.
Yeah,
you gotta put in the work to get the rewards you're looking for.
Exactly.
You can't just say I'm in a relationship and just sit and expect it to work.
But it's so true what he's saying is that unfortunately a lot of women, they will go out there gang ho and get the man, and then all of a sudden they're like, I'm selling them.
Because they think
you forget your own identity. Yes.
Remember
you got tights. Get married one.
I remember a story. This guy gets married. Hot chick. Has a number. Going to church together, and then she stopped doing the jeans and all.
What was she doing?
She stopped doing the long dresses and whatever.
What church was
mining? The guy kept watching. He was losing it. Then he just decided, you know what? Before I go punk, he went to one of these shop outlets. Came back, I think he had like 3 or 4 jeans. Says, wear these. You are my wife. You didn't marry the church. You didn't marry any of these other joints. You are my wife.
You're my babe.
You wear this.
I think as
what
well.
What do they say?
That's the thing, because sometimes when you do get married, you find that
society.
Yes, society. Yeah, society is a very bad
but
thing.
Screw society.
I know it's screwing society, but then when I come into your household and then I'm told, Kuti, pana pa kumusha kwa ningi. Tunukeka shakadai. You get it?
Here's the deal. The deal is there.
What time is it? Told you 45 minutes.
I saw that coming. Here's the deal. I forgot to tell you guys. I took a trip last week Saturday.
Go and kill a cow.
Yeah, to go kill a cow
with a fist.
And what we did is we went with a Toyota Hilux. Shout out to Toyota.
No man.
Gosh, no. Let me finish. And my mate, the owner of the truck, he was not feeling in the mood to drive, and the third mate, he was not in the mood to stay awake at all. So they decide to fellowship with their eyelids, and I was the man to drive.
You're preaching.
And I said,
of course.
"Guy,
who else would drive?"
Good. I said, look, I'm the transporter, and my mate had his truck tweaked out, got it chipped and all. I thought, okay, let's see what this thing can do. It's a 4x. So I put it in high H4. And I said, let's see what it can do. I took the needle all the way to the end. Just stable for days. No, it's not suicide. Really? No, it's just, you only live once.
Adrenaline rush.
When you go and it had airbags, so it will be fine. But then you get into a town, yeah? Checkwood and all this stuff where it's literally going through town. You have no option but to slow down.
To slow down, yeah.
You have no option. Same thing. Kumusha kwedu tuneta such and such. When you enter there, you have no option but to do as they do.
As they do, yeah.
But once you exit to go to your place of existence, you then
you accelerate.
Yeah, and you do that. But then for some odd reason, you don't.
You stay back.
You stay there.
Because you see, when you get to Chegutu and then you're thinking, and then the mother says, Inini mwana wangu ndurano, then you're like, okay. You change form,
No. For who?
You must understand when you meet his mom, there's competition.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've met her. Oh yeah. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So you need to just put your place.
Just sit but you've got him.
And then just chill, and then now I'm out. I'm going, and then
It's only for a moment.
but you see, that's what women don't know, because women then say, okay, and I'm gonna do that.
Then you ask me why the hell does that own start cheating? Because it's like,
Got the wrong package.
Wrong
Darn
house.
it.
There we go.
And I can't send it back.
there we go.
No, you can send it back, but you try. You try and explain.
Yeah, for me, it's always been the start. Some pastor once said to me that things don't end badly; they start badly.
Yeah.
So you lie in the beginning.
You reap
That's
what
your
you sow.
problem. Yeah, you lie in the beginning. And you're like this bravado. And you're like, no, I can take it. You don't like to iron. It's okay. Then you're there, but you don't iron.
You don't iron. You don't cook.
But
You
you
don't
didn't tell me.
sweep.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
here's the deal. At the beginning, you don't iron, it's okay. You don't give me food, it's okay. Then the things that you were doing okay, you dropped the ball. That made what else you weren't doing a bit
Not
more
seen.
visible. That's where the dramas are. So it's hard work. It's a bucket load of work. But then if you just drop the ball once, that's it.
So it's not all about love. You have to work.
Yeah. But love is not love until
Oh, please, that
you
reminds
give
me
it
of
away.
primary, and I'm thinking, what?
you give it away.
Yeah.
A song like that?
You don't know.
You don't know that song.
Love is not love until you give it away.
For
Yeah.
God so loved the world
That he
that
gave.
gave us only his only
That's where it
son.
came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you always you just give, but sometimes it's not give as you present something to somebody all the time. But what you're doing is you're that which brought you together. You're always giving that out. Always. When I can feel when my car is misfiring.
Yeah.
I can feel it. You can feel it. That something's not
Something's
right.
not right,
Because
yeah.
it's not giving out
Yeah, the
what
energy
you
or the-
understood
yeah.
it to be. And so once that happens, first thing you're going to do is going to visit the mechanic. If he can't solve it, you're going to get rid of the car.
Yeah. So this is like visiting like relatives and trying to sit you down and to help
Yeah,
you
and if they
guys
can't
out.
fix it,
And
like,
then you get back and
you
go,
know what, I think, let me
go
get
sell
another
this car.
Yeah. But if you can't sell the car, let me
just
use
park
the
it in the
other one.
garage.
Yeah, let me
You
use the
cover
other
it and just leave it
one. Yeah,
there.
let me use the other one.
Vintage.
I can catch an Uber. I mean, the analogy states it for you. So the Uber becomes a bit more exciting.
Exciting.
Yeah, this one I can just take it to the
because it's
shop
always
and
different every other day.
Yeah,
Uber is not exciting.
yeah. Now I'm
Because
talking
you
about
don't
why
drive.
is the sex
You never
outside.
drive.
Yeah.
That's
So
not exciting.
anyway, did you answer your question?
Yes, she did.
Okay, next. Yeah.
How do you know you're about to commit? You're ready to commit. You're in that zone to commit.
He's the Hollywood guy. He'll tell you.
Just threw me under the bus right there. So sorry, can you ask that again?
How do you know, or when do you know that you're ready to commit?
When do you know that you're ready to commit?
Yeah.
Honest answer? No one knows.
It just happens.
It's not that it just happens, but you build yourself to a situation where commitment is not a decision that one makes, but it's just the next step.
It's just the next step.
Yeah, because it's like saying, I was talking to some cat. He was like, I need to raise money so I can pay Lobola. And I said, you will never pay.
You just go with what you have.
Yeah, no, I said, you will never. You want to wait to raise the money, then you'll never get married.
Yeah, you just do it.
You just do it.
No one tells you.
Yeah, you just do it. You kind of like, okay, no, I like this chick. Let me make things happen.
It's like that. What's that song? But that's the song I know. Let's just get married.
Yeah, Jagged Edge.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
just
Might as well just do it.
Just do it.
for the sake of it. But the problem is we don't pay attention to the fact that we're building something. We don't. There's always the next step. There's always a next step. So when you're asking yourself if you're going to commit, it's not like, right, I'm going to commit.
Yes.
No, you kind of build yourself, because come on, we're not fools. We're consenting adults. We can see, okay, we're spending a bit more time together, okay. And certain things you don't force to happen.
They should happen
They
naturally.
it's not that they should, they will happen, unless somebody is holding back for a particular reason.
And lying.
Yeah, there we go. And there we go. Flip. There we go. And so when they hold back, then you begin to ask yourself the question, am I ready to commit? Because you've just seen an error. Like the old Windows apps on the desktops. There's a whole little window saying no.
No.
Yeah. That's when you ask yourself, am I ready to commit? But then if everything is just flowing, like how you are operating your phone and you go to WhatsApp or you're going to IG, certain things just flow. That's why you change your RAM from 2 to 4 to 6 to 8. It just flows. Same thing. That is my take on it. Because for there to be a set structure, this is when you know you're ready to commit.
I think there is.
Really?
I'll put it more Hollywood than you, more Disney than you.
Stated.
When you can't live without that person.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
it's the next step to evolution. It's the next step.
When
you're together.
One, two.
No, it's the next step.
And you know when it happens usually? It's like when you wake up sometimes. Or when they're gone.
Hip-hop.
Yeah. Then you realize that I don't want to do this. Or you've got some fantastic news you want to tell them.
You can't wait.
You can't wait.
Yeah. Okay.
When your lover transcends just being a lover but becomes your best friend.
There we go.
Yeah.
He's driving a CVT box. When you drive, you drive automatic. You're driving a stick shift, manual gearbox. You accelerate one. You're going somewhere. You're not just dawdling it down, but you're taking a trip. You're going somewhere. It comes to a point where the engine is revving so hard, and the speed is not getting any higher. It's natural to then move in because you can't do without getting further and faster. So you have to change. It's natural, if I can use that word. But then if you get the misfire, then you think, should I really go where I'm going? That's when you ask, am I committed to this?
Exactly. And you know what? An example of a misfire is for men. If you want to know a man is ready to commit, is when he starts putting you into his future plans.
Oh, that is dangerous, though.
No,
that's when you know he's committed.
Ready. Yeah, for a woman, she will give you time, support, everything. She'll support that. Some lie in that situation, but you can tell some people that this is genuine. I've seen some women have gone all the way to say, I think there's a trend of this one going around on Twitter right now, is that you build up a guy and then he goes off somewhere else.
Yeah.
He was never with you.
He was always with someone else.
But you chose not to see that because you thought you were building
something together.
When you're building together, like he said, you can see it. We are together. There is no misconception. There's no misconception. The thing about it is that there's so many red flags out there. You choose not to see them.
Hey, and that's a realness.
Yeah, you just choose not
to see them. That is a real sister.
You are in love with the idea of being in love.
There we go.
More than that, love is work with this person. Another 4-letter word. It's work with this person. And it's practical stuff. Love is very practical. It's not this Disney stuff that's out there and everything else.
Because you do the most.
Always.
All the time.
My dad he married stepmom, and obviously us from my mom we're not happy about that.
Yeah.
And we got to a point now I'm older and she's there with him. And my dad got sick, really sick, and even had dementia and stuff. But that woman never left. He couldn't control his bowel movement, kidney failures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he would go. He had to get him out of diapers. Now my dad was a very man's man. He refused that stuff. Guess who wiped his bum?
The wife.
Yeah. She stayed then, wiped his bum. I asked my siblings that would any one of you be right now going to walk
do
here?
That, yeah.
Do it. And none of them could stand up. Love is doing the dirty work. That's the difference. The real dirty work. That's no one sees, no one celebrates, and that's what's part of it.
Love is showing caring. Caring is the ability to prepare what somebody needs before they even know they need it.
And that's craft.
It is hard work. The only problem is, the person, once they get there and they just go through it, they're like, and they take it for granted.
They gotta
know. It's a walk in the park.
Yeah. They gotta know. And they see and appreciate that.
Yeah, it's work for you to present it. And it's also work for them to be able to go through it and celebrate it. And so you're always celebrating and inspiring each other.
Yeah. People don't do that.
No, they don't.
That's another red flag. If someone doesn't celebrate you. And you can see it from the beginning of the relationship.
You need to be celebrated.
Yeah.
Not to be showered with gifts. Yeah, but to be celebrated. There's a celebration where it's just a smile or like thanks. Yeah, and not because you've given me a gift, I give you another gift.
No. It's supposed to be
that's
like
not
that.
celebration.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So can we go back?
It's your podcast.
Growth. I really need to understand. Can you grow to love?
No.
Like and try and forget.
Unless it's one of those arranged marriages.
But Wait. I love those arranged marriages. I think everybody should have those.
Yeah.
One, you don't know yourself. The person who knows you is the other people around you.
Yes.
We know more about the person we care about than the own person themselves, because we see things and how you react to the environment around you. So I love arranged marriages. I really wish everybody went through that, because the divorce rate in that is like in 1 or 3 or 4%. And I think it would be something really ridiculous that they finally find out the guy's a pervert or whatever, he's trying to kill him or whatever. They don't move out of that situation, because the people who know you the most, like your mom or your dad, whatever, would know you. That's why it's always, if you're going to meet the mom, you're going to come back and say, I've met your son, everything else. Yeah. What do I need to know? She would tell you. I remember my sister saying that about me when she asked my mom, Chris is ABC. And I know, Chris. Just do this and it'll be fine. And she did, and it was fine. Those people know you. They know you more than anything else. The arrangement. The problem we have now, guys, is just no present. I got a window dressing stuff. I got all the balloons and everything else. Bah! And you think, yeah, she's perfect. She's tied it up behind here with pegs. It's all tight and stuff. You know what's happening with that? It's got those body slimmer things happening. It's got the fake hair.
The waist bands, whatever. Waist trimmers.
The fake hair is the one that gets me, because I can't pull it. I can't run
you can't, because when you pull it's off.
Yes.
And then you're running the fingers. There's a net at the bottom, and you're like, okay.
So this is you. Okay. So it's fake, and that's what kills it the most. So I'm happy for those arranged marriages. To me, those are perfect. Do you grow to love someone? Yes, I think you do. There's a situation which you explained, and even most of us have explained. When you meet someone, I think point blank is another four-letter word. It's lust. Yo. All of you are looking at that. You said lips, shoes, and all that. That's lust.
Yeah.
That's not love. So it's lust. Lust is the hook that gets you hooked. Love is the glue that makes you stay forever. And you got to find that as quickly as possible. That's what people are looking for. Love me urgently and let me know this person that I'm supposed to be with. Does it really work? Then if you got a criteria of what it includes. A guy might have, or he's in his naughty 20s and he just wants to have as much fun as he can while he's trying to discover himself. So I think so. Yeah, you can grow to love someone. I've seen couples whom you think, how are they together? Physically, how are they together?
They don't.
But they click. My dad had a great analogy where he said, you're going to meet someone and it's going to be this graph that's going up and it's hot because you're discovering stuff. Then you get married and it plateaus.
Yeah.
Then you have a baby, then it drops.
Yeah.
Because now the kids are the center of her attention and everything else. So yeah, number 2, and that's when the ships, like he's always saying, come in to talk. Usually around that sort of time, when you don't have the attention of the number one person, then the kids will leave.
Yeah.
If you've survived that, it's plateaus. The terminal velocity where it just keeps going. And my dad says, Mana Sawira. And you know, Sawira is somebody who rocks up to your house, it's got no nyas, didn't come to say anything else, but you spend the next 6 hours talking stuff. And you're like, what did you come here for? Shit, I brought your spanner back.
And that's it.
6.5 hours later.
Yeah.
That's where you get to. And I love that analogy because it does, and that's growth. You get to a point.
How many folks are going to get to that?
So this is the thing. We're living in a microwave age where, I'll say this correctly. Somebody said this to me first. A girl in her 20s, a cousin of a friend. Because no, I wanna know what the sex is like first before I can date him.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, it's there, straight up.
Yeah, because it's like feeling the bread before you buy it.
What trying to slice one? They know the chili fresh. Just quitter. No,
so what does that do? Though. It makes everything very short term.
Yeah, because it's like one bam, that's it. One bam, that's it.
I said to someone recently on a phone call that you need to spend like 2 months just talking. But 2 months just talking. Because you can't you can't say it's beautiful, whatever it is. Just spend 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if you spend 13 years just talking?
Things don't end badly. Things start badly.
There we go. Parameters. Yeah, definition. That's where it is. So the definition is whoop-de-whoop.
And people shouldn't settle.
Yeah, the problem is we've got this thing about settling.
Yes.
And thinking the person is going to change.
No, it's not even. That's where we lose it. We cannot afford to be around somebody and expect them to change. Because if you're expecting somebody to change, you're expecting the wrong person. It's not the one you're with. It's you. because they came as that package.
So you have to accept that package
You
as
accept that
is.
package.
So it's either you're gonna eat maramba waraira or you're gonna eat macharons.
Yeah,
Choose.
Yeah,
So you can't expect charons to change to be maramba.
There's no way.
Okay, makes
If
sense.
your car doesn't have central locking,
I know you know Kia do one.
Yeah,
one. Don't
yeah.
go to Kia.
and deal with that, and then make a plan to add the central locking.
Later.
Yeah, but then most people don't want that. They want everything. There's
Automatic.
central locking. It must. The aircon must be working. There must be a Bose surround sound. Everything.
Yeah,
must
there should be
good.
a cooler box at the back with cold
Always.
water.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I want to ask a question. Why is it women now want younger men?
I think it's the thrill, the drive, not the drive, but the thrill of being spontaneous, I guess. Because, you know, they're all over. You don't have...
But that's not love, though. It's just excitement, right?
Yeah, that's excitement.
Okay. But
Yeah.
do they know what they're doing, these younger men?
No.
That's why you're looking at me. I'm trying to figure out, am I the younger guy here? What the hell?
They're lost souls, mostly.
Also, you capitalize on the lost.
And you're abusing them.
No, it's not abuse, because...
What is it?
It's
You know better, right?
no, I don't.
Oh.
I don't. You know, I think it's just the thrill of being in a spontaneous relationship with this guy, and you know you don't really have to.
He doesn't have brakes.
He doesn't have brakes, yes, and he has no control over you, but you have control over him.
So it's an issue of control.
Yes, it's an issue of control. Because, like I said, I'm mature. I want a guy who's gonna tell me no, and they mean it. You know, like, Enzo, you're not doing that, or Enzo, we're doing this. You know, you need to be, what's the word? Firm.
But these younger guys.
This young guy, I'll tell him, hey, you're jumping. Oh, how high? Oh, okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're running away from dad.
Why are you running away from me?
No, yeah. Why are you running away from dad?
No. I mean, you want, like I said, maturity though. Maturity is important. You know, you need someone that's going to be, like you said, you need someone that's going to protect you like your father, be like a father figure to you.
Yeah,
but you can't have a kid.
Yeah, but then why is it that most ladies want the younger guy?
Because it's the sex. Because these kids are gonna hump you like you're crazy.
Or it's just for the sex?
It's
Because
just
they
for the
hit the
sex.
spot.
So I disagree with that.
Okay.
There's no boy in his 20s who knows how to handle a woman
Okay.
and give her what she needs. Because sex is not just in, out, in, out.
Okay.
There's nothing like that. It's a lie. And I'm fed up with women who think that. I think women only go with younger men because, like you said, they're afraid of having a real man in their life.
Yeah.
They're afraid. A real man will take care of you and will satisfy you everywhere.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yes, everywhere. And sex is not a physical thing, it's a mental thing. It starts.
It starts mentally. Yes.
When he says hello. That's where it starts. These young men are little rabbits. You've seen how rabbits copulate.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's it.
That's
One
it.
bam. Yeah.
I've got a friend categorically. She dated a younger guy. And exactly how you put it, she told me, that's sex. He doesn't. Oh, okay. All right. Then she came to my office one day. And she was delivering something. My partner was doing everything else. Next moment I hear a commotion when she left my office. My office, but in the car park.
Mm-hmm.
She comes back. She's fuming. And I said, so what's wrong? He started to hit me. I said, why would he hit you? He says, you've come to see your boyfriend here. So I got out and I said, I confronted him and said, what's your story? He gets in his car and drives away. I get back to her and I say, how old is he? She said, no, he's about 5 or 6 years younger than me. Okay, she's in early 30s and he was in his 20s. How long have you been together? A couple of months. And I said, what happens most of the time? Nothing. He's just over jealous. Okay, fine. So we used to buy Forex from her. That settles down. I said, gonna do a police report? No? Okay, fine. That's okay. Then I needed Forex badly. And I called her. Hi, how's it going? I can't talk to you right now. Okay. The phone down. Diane. So I'm not afraid of anybody. I said, it's Chris. What's the problem? Hey, she sells Forex, bruh. I want to buy Forex. I don't want anything else from her. Hey, much as retail as well. He went on about it. Then I said, you're a young man. When you grow up, you can call me. Then I put the phone down. The next day she goes, I can't talk to you anymore. I have to block the phone. I sent her a message. I said, when you're grown up and you're a woman and you know exactly where you're supposed to be, you can call me. Then I blocked the number. A year later, she came to the office. I know you blocked my number. That yes, I don't talk to people who are kids. And she asked, how did you know that what happened? He beat me. He was jealous every single day. But of course he is. A young man will never be able to handle an older woman because he's always thinking, I don't measure up. No matter what they tell you, that's the guiding thing. That's why he humps you like a little crazy man, because he's thinking, I need to measure up. So you do more on the physical side
emotionally
than not on the emotional side. So it will never work. And there's nobody on this planet who can tell me any different, because that's how it's wired. He always think, I need to do more. And for him, the only thing that he's got is physical stamina. But it takes a woman more than that. It's mental and emotional. That's what makes a woman feel safe. Met her 3 weeks ago. I still dating young man. No, I'm done. I don't want. I'm looking for a mature man. It's just that they're not there. And I said, statistically, there's 750,000 more men in Zimbabwe than there are women. You're just fishing in the wrong pond. That's your problem. Stop looking for the younger man. Look for a man, and your problem will be solved.
Yo!
So where do you find this man? It's a question.
Oh, the problem is you've met him.
Yes, exactly. And
You've met
your
him.
standards and stuff, things that you look for, are the things that kill you.
You've met him. You have met him. You've had a conversation with him. You've interacted with him, but you never saw him.
Because he doesn't have the lips. The problem is, it's like a definition of insanity. You keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result. That's the problem with women. Where do I find them? Stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah, that's it.
And do something else. That's when you find them. So she asked me certain things, and I said, so where do you go? And she told me everywhere she goes where there are young men.
That's it. This guy speaking to him, and he says, I'm looking for a lady. And I said, you met her?
Yeah.
And he goes, no, bruh, I know. I said, you've met her? You actually had a conversation with her? You actually clicked with her?
Yeah.
You were just wrapped up in whatever you were processing that you didn't pay attention. He looked at me and was like... I could see him thinking it, oh, snap. Who could have been? I said, no, you met her. And the thing is, it would be the oddest person you can think of. But that's the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody said actually that by the time you are 25, whatever, you've met the person you're supposed to be with.
That's it. You've met, but then because you're just caught up with the lights or whatever hustle you're doing, you don't see it.
You don't see it.
And you rue the day. Yeah. When you find out that, you rue the day.
So why didn't we do this before? Because you're not looking.
Yeah.
You're not looking my way. That's the only reason.
That's the only reason.
Second part to your question. Older men are better at the physical thing than all these other boys. It's a misconception that you think they're older, they're not stamina. It's not about stamina. It's about quality. That's what it is.
Okay. Sorry, I was deep in thought there, Ben.
The producer's losing it. He's losing it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. So older men are better.
100%.
But you see, the thing is, most of the older men that you meet, or probably that are out there, or putting themselves out there, are attached.
Your eyes again. You're using the wrong eyes again.
Some of the older guys that are there, the majority of them there, that are willing to get involved, you don't see them. Because those are the guys that are just chilled. Because they're like, look, I don't need nonsense. Because at this age, we know what we want to achieve.
Yeah.
Well grown.
We don't have that time. Remember I mentioned that I took the B-Star and I went to St. Levy's. I just parked in front of Zimbabwe. And I parked in such a way I thought, no, let me reverse it. I drove it down and reversed it. She was looking hot.
Fly, honey.
And then I walked. I just took a walk. The place was nice and quiet, just a walk. You will not venture to go take a walk just to see. You won't. Because where are you? You are standing outside Pablo's.
Pablo's? Really?
No, I'm just throwing it out there, Or you're standing by Paris. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So the people you're looking for and the people you're looking for and the people you're with
are totally different people.
Yeah. So the dude you're looking for is just taking a strap, holding juice. drinking his juice.
He's got everything together. Everything.
He knows what has happened, what is happening, what needs to happen. And that's it. But you're looking for the ones that are looking like they are the happenings.
Yeah. I remember a lady once asked me, says, you seem arrogant. And I said, it's not arrogance. I'm assured. I know who I am.
You've defined yourself.
Yes, I have. I might not be the richest, tallest, best looking, whatever it might be, but I know who I am. And once a man knows who he is,
that's when he's at his most.
You can't defeat him.
I was driving to Bug. I love using car analogies. Gandhi into 2nd Street extension. From Gandhi to 2nd Street. Yeah. Coming to town.
The curve, yeah.
And there was a C class, 203. For those that don't know the compressor shape, I don't know why people say that. And the guy, so I accelerated, and I was like, okay. And then I could see corner of my eye that this guy is really
trying to.
We're going for it. I said, no, it's fine. He was catching him. I said, we're getting to the first curve. It's cool. As we're getting to the first curve, brakes are for wimps.
Yeah. You just accelerated.
I just continued. Yeah. I could see the gap increase because he
stepped on the brakes.
Yeah. Then we got to the second curve. I'd already done my change down. I was putting foot. I could see the gap just kept increasing. And then, so that's time, we know like where we're coming from, what we're doing, where we're going. And we understand what's going to happen ahead. Sometimes you don't want to pay attention. You want the
instant.
Yeah, because the guys on the compressors are trying
because my car is better than yours, so I'm going.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't.
Okay, so there's no instant result. It takes time because they already know what they want. So you need to change your eyes.
Because once you change the perspective, you change the narrative.
Okay.
Once you change the narrative, you change the story. Once you change the story, you understand your definition. I actually need to copyright that snap.
Yeah, I was actually processing that, okay.
Yeah, next question.
Oh, shoot, man. You guys have me thinking, my mind is racing. Why are you doing this to me, though? You're supposed to be nice,
Yeah, no, but you're the one that said, please, when you have guests, I want to be the first. And
Okay. First session. What happens when the person at the back seat wants to come back to the front seat?
No, we agreed with Chris. They can never come back.
Even if they work hard to try and change
it. It's not going to happen. Because the co-pilot, the second co-pilot, changed the dynamics and the understanding of the driver. Even if that co-pilot, the new co-pilot, exits the vehicle.
Yeah, they're not coming back.
The original one, not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
But you see, because Chris had said that, kunetwa madare,
a diary is just for everybody to know the state of the vehicle. Full stop. Because people be seeing the car whizzing past, but something's not right.
From when I get up a front seat,
what's going on? Then you have the diary to let people understand why
that person is not there anymore.
That person's not there anymore. That's it. Because the mind, you see, when the person goes to the back seat, there's a mind shift and a mindset. Because once she has left, I've changed my mindset. Because she's playing mind games, mine is a mindset. Then when the new co-pilot comes in, my mindset is there. Ooh, you're doing my games.
Okay.
Then when this co-pilot decides, an exit strategy, it's fine. But I have moved on because they've changed my mindset.
Okay. So when this co-pilot comes in, the new co-pilot comes in, and this new co-pilot has her own ship that she's also running. And you need to walk away because she's got a new ship. How do you do that? How do you go through these emotions? How do you work these emotions?
This is where the dilemma is. You can either use it to break you and or you understand the mindset. Because when this one went to the back seat and the new one came in, there's a mind shift that changed the mindset. Then what you do is you within yourself celebrate the new mindset.
Okay.
And you realize the individual that was in the new co-pilot brought about a new mindset, which makes you excel in certain things.
Okay. So when you move away from the new co-pilot do you explain yourself or you just walk away?
Sometimes walking away is not about staying safe, but it's staying sane.
And staying sane. So what happens when then this co-pilot decides to pitch up and try and explain herself to what was going on and tells you?
We're hoping by then you've grown and you understand who you are.
But what if you haven't? Because then when you're thinking, oh shucks, you have certain things that bring back certain memories and you're like, oh, you know.
Then you got a puncher.
We have a puncher, you know, like for instance, now it's raining, you're like, oh, I should have been there. You know, like this person was like, what if this person was like you every day?
Oh my goodness.
You every minute.
You can bleep that.
Like you every minute, and you have certain things that always bring back memories of that person.
Hey, well done. I love that. Even I didn't see that one coming.
This is entitled FedUp with Chris and Enzo.
With the Vusa car show on the sideline.
Like I said, you need to celebrate the things you learned.
Okay.
And when you celebrate the things you learned, you begin to mold them into your mindset. Mm-hmm. Not the individual, but the things that you've learned.
But the things that you've learned.
Yeah, so that you become a better version of yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, should there be a return of the Mac?
Mm-hmm.
You know that song.
Mac Morrison, yeah.
You remember the song?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're surprised.
I'm very surprised, okay. When there's a return of the Mac, or baby come back, BCB.
BCB does not exist.
It's one of those, you can, but I have my mindset.
No, that's the thing. Then you're accepting her back, or you're accepting the person back, but then you're giving her your own definition of what you want her to be. No, so in other words, you haven't let her go. She's still a part of you, and because Enzo, if she comes back, no, listen. Because then if she comes back, you're going to allow her to come back and accept her, but give her your terms and conditions. This time, it's not like an open plan.
T's and C's apply.
Yes, they're going to be T's and C's applying. So basically, you're still hooked.
Enzo.
So then if then co-pilot is given that chance, then why can't the back seat be given that chance?
Oh, is that where you're going?
I didn't see that one coming. Okay, Enzo. Mm-hmm. When Ruth went to the back seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you came in.
Yeah.
Where she faltered, you filled in.
Yeah.
And you managed to meet me at a point of need where I started giving you jelly babies and you're giving me jelly babies in the car.
Yeah.
Is that? Mm-hmm. What your presence did was bolster within me who I represent within myself, because I am taking you to Cape Town.
Okay.
When you then decide to open the window and have a chat with the guy next door, and then you get out of the car, who I have become doesn't change. Mm-hmm. I will miss the fact that you are with me.
Yeah.
That I won't lie. Because there's certain things that I'll encounter that were defined by how you were with me. Mm-hmm. But now that you have gone, Ruth cannot come back, because Ruth will not be able to fill that gap.
Okay.
Because you left very large shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ruth is totally out of the picture.
All right.
I'll continue Usibo, but Ruth is not going to sit
okay, but
if Ruth then says, shucks.
No, not Ruth.
If you then say, shucks, the car that I was in, the aircon wasn't working. Then I'll say, but you know what, Miga, I've got dual aircon. I'm just going to have it for me to save power. It's going to be hot today.
But you're going to allow her back on the front seat in the same car.
Then they haven't grown.
Exactly.
Then I haven't grown.
Yeah,
yes.
It's about growth.
Yes. Because as long as she's then opened the window and moved into another car, she shouldn't be able to come back, and she should also go back to the back seat. Exactly.
It touches and move.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Oh,
yes, because if she's filled in shoes, because Ruthka had her own mistakes and did it, but Ruth
also has her own mistakes.
And then Enzo has I also have my own mistakes, and then I covered mistakes that Ruth had created, isn't it?
That means I have to buy a minibus.
They have to a train.
Throw the lot of you.
Because obviously I have my positives and I have my negatives. Ruth had a positives and a negatives, because Ruth would have never opened the window, you see, and spoken to the next door.
Oh.
Yes.
Well put.
Anenzwa. Shucks.
Oh, that's deep. Sure.
That is deep, eh?
Yeah.
Do you have another final question? Or?
I think for now, I'm
For now,
I'm
we've got another
exhausted. Yeah,
with
we're
that.
gonna have this one. The next one is gonna be more deep actually, because now
Give us a snippet.
I've
You're comfortable?
Yeah, now I'm comfortable. I'm more relaxed, and yeah, you're not as scary as I thought y'all were.
Now we just laid it on easy. That's all.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
Yeah, you laid it on easy.
Yeah. Next time, ask real personal questions. Ask why.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll ask why.
Why what?
Why she's in that situation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll be willing to answer.
Okay.
Don't
What
worry.
other question do you have before Chris says his magical words?
No, I think for now I've exhausted my questions because, like,
You want to run? Minus. All right, that's a wrap.
Because look at Dave. He said it has to be HTC. Then he said his iPhone. Then
Go back to minus. We're good to go. Where are minus? Go for it.
I'm just fed up.